Your name is Miguel. You are 12 years old. You live in a small town in northern Mexico where the mountains touch the sky and the roads don't have names. Your father worked at a tortilla factory. Your mother cleaned houses. You had a sister. Her name was Sophia. She was 8. You were poor. But you were happy. That was enough. Then came the knock. 3 hard bangs on the door at 3 in the morning. Your father opened it. 4 men stood outside. Suits. Guns. Cold eyes. They didn't ask. They told. Your factory owes us protection. You have 24 hours. Your father begged. He didn't have the money. They gave him something else instead. A choice. The next morning, your father went to work. He never came back. They found him behind the tortilla factory. 2 bullets in the chest. 1 in the head. The police came. Wrote a report. Left. Nobody investigated. In your town, when the cartel kills someone, the file goes in a drawer that never opens. Your mother cried for 3 days. Then she stopped. Because tears don't feed children. 1 week later, a man came to your door. His name was El Lobo, the wolf. He ran the local cartel cell. He wasn't there to apologize. He was there to recruit. Your father was a good man, he said. But good men die poor. I can give your family something better. Send the boy to me. He'll work. He'll eat. He'll learn. And every month, money comes to this door. Your mother looked at you. She looked at Sophia. She said yes. Not because she wanted to. Because she had to. The next morning, you packed a small bag. 1 shirt. 1 pair of pants. A photo of your family. Sophia hugged you and cried. When are you coming back? She asked. You said, soon. You lied. You didn't know it yet. But you were never going home. El Lobo's truck waited outside. Black. Tinted windows. As you drove away, you watched your mother wave from the doorway. That was the last time you saw her as a boy. When you returned, if you returned, you would be something else entirely. El Lobo's compound sat deep in the jungle. 40 acres surrounded by electric fences and armed guards. From the outside, it looked like a farm. From the inside, it was a factory. And the product? Soldiers. Inside, you found 30 other boys. Ages 10 to 16. Runaways. Orphans. Kids sold by their families. Some were there voluntarily. Most weren't. This was the cartel's training academy. Welcome to hell. Month 3. The test. They put you in a room with a man. Tied to a chair. Blindfolded. El Lobo handed you a pistol. He stole from us, he said. Just business. You were 12 years old. You had never hurt anyone. The man begged. Cried. El Lobo put his hand on your shoulder. In this world, hesitation is death. Pull the trigger, or join him in that chair. You pulled the trigger. That night, you didn't sleep. The second night, you slept a little. By the third night, you slept fine. That was when you knew. You were no longer a boy. You were a soldier. Day 1. They didn't teach you to read. They didn't teach you to write. They taught you to hold a gun. An AK-47. It was heavier than you expected. Cold. Your instructor, a former soldier with a scar across his face, showed you how to load it. How to aim. How to shoot. In this place, he said, there are two types of boys. Those who learn fast. And those who die slow. You learned fast. Month 6. Your first real mission. A rival cartel had set up on your territory. 3 guards. You and Diego were sent to send a message. You moved through the dark like shadows. Diego took the first guard. Silently. You took the second. The third guard saw you. You fired first. 3 shots. He fell. You were 13 years old. You had just killed your first man. Diego patted your back. Welcome to the family, little wolf. In the compound, the boys became your brothers. Marco, 14, quick with a joke, quicker with a knife. Little Chino, 10 years old, the best shooter in the group. Diego, 16, the veteran. He had already killed 8 men. He taught you everything. How to move. How to watch. How to survive. These were your brothers. Your only family. And in this world, family is the only thing that keeps you human. 2 years passed. You were 14 now. Not a boy. Not yet a man. Something in between. You had killed 7 people. You had been shot once, a graze across your ribs that left a scar. You had seen 3 of your brothers die. Every death took a piece of you. But you kept going. Because stopping meant thinking. And thinking meant feeling. And feeling meant breaking. El Lobo noticed you. Not because you were the strongest. Not because you were the fastest. Because you were the smartest. While other boys fought with fists, you fought with strategy. You planned the ambushes. You mapped the escape routes. You found the weak points. You have a gift, El Lobo told you. Most soldiers see the battle. You see the war. He promoted you. At 15, you became the youngest squad leader in the cartel's history. You commanded 6 boys. Ages 12 to 17. Child soldiers led by a child soldier. Welcome to the machine. Your biggest mission yet. A police convoy transporting a captured cartel lieutenant. 6 police vehicles. 12 officers. Your job, free the prisoner. Eliminate the witnesses. You planned it for 3 weeks. You chose the location, a narrow mountain pass. You placed the IEDs. You set the ambush. The convoy entered the kill zone at 2:47 p.m. The first explosion flipped the lead vehicle. Gunfire erupted. It lasted 4 minutes. When the smoke cleared, 9 police officers were dead. The prisoner was free. You were 15 years old. And you had just orchestrated a massacre. After the raid, El Lobo gave you a reward. A visit home. One day. You hadn't seen your mother in 3 years. When you stepped out of the truck, your mother didn't recognize you. The boy she sent away was gone. In his place stood a soldier. Hard eyes. Scarred face. Gun on his hip. But when she hugged you, something broke. She cried. Sophia cried. And for the first time in years, you cried too. Come back, your mother begged. Please. Run away. You wanted to say yes. But you knew the truth. There was no running. The cartel owned you. And they always would. You became a traitor that night. You and 4 of your squad members defected. You took the children from the orphanage. You hid them in a safe house. You contacted a journalist, someone brave enough to listen. You told her everything. The training camp. The child soldiers. The massacres. You gave her names. Dates. Locations. You gave her your soul. She published the story. It went viral. Special forces raided El Lobo's compound. They found 32 child soldiers. The world was shocked. But El Lobo escaped. And he was looking for you. Month 4 of being 16. A new mission. A school. A rival cartel was recruiting from the local orphanage. Your orders: burn it down. Send a message. You arrived at midnight with your squad. Gasoline. Matches. But when you entered the building, you saw them. Children. Ages 8 to 12. Sleeping in rows of beds. Just like you once did. And you realized, you weren't fighting a war. You were perpetuating one. You turned to your squad. We don't burn schools, you said. We don't hurt kids. Not anymore. They found you in a border town. 5 men. Former cartel soldiers. Boys you once trained with. They cornered you in an abandoned warehouse. Guns drawn. You had a pistol. 6 bullets. 5 enemies. You chose to fight. The gunfire echoed through the warehouse. You took cover behind a concrete pillar. You fired. 1 down. 2 down. The 3rd shot grazed your arm. The 4th hit your leg. You fell. The 5th man stood over you. Your second in command. The boy you once pointed a gun at. Burn that school, he said. He raised his gun. You closed your eyes. And then, a shot rang out. But it wasn't his. It was yours. You fired your last bullet. Right between his eyes. You dragged yourself out of the warehouse. Bleeding. Broken. But alive. El Lobo put a price on your head. $500,000. Dead or alive. Preferably dead. Hitmen came for you. Former brothers came for you. You moved every 3 days. Safe house to safe house. You were 17 years old. The most wanted teenager in Mexico. Your own mother didn't know where you were. So you ran. And you waited. For what, you didn't know. You survived. Barely. The journalist you helped, she pulled strings. Government protection. A new identity. A chance at a life. But there was a condition. Testify against El Lobo. In open court. Face the man who made you. Face the man who destroyed you. You agreed. The trial lasted 6 months. El Lobo sat in the defendant's chair. Smiling. Even in handcuffs, he looked like he owned the room. When you testified, you didn't look at him. You looked at the jury. You told them everything. Every murder. Every ambush. Every child you trained. Every life you took. When you finished, the courtroom was silent. El Lobo was convicted. Life in prison. The judge called you both a victim and a perpetrator. Both things were true. Both things would haunt you forever. 5 years later. You are 22 years old. You live in a small apartment in a city nobody knows. You work at a community center. Teaching kids. Keeping them off the streets. Keeping them away from men like El Lobo. Every month, you visit your mother. Every month, you take Sophia to lunch. She's 17 now. She wants to be a doctor. You paid for her school. Clean money. Hard-earned money. You still have the nightmares. You still see their faces, the men you killed, the boys you trained, the lives you destroyed. You carry them with you. They are your burden. Your penance. Your reminder. Some people call you a hero. Others call you a monster. You know you're both. And every morning, when you wake up, you make a choice. Not to be the boy they made you. But to be the man you chose to become. They took your childhood. Your innocence. Your soul. But they didn't take everything. Because deep inside, beneath the scars and the memories, there is still a boy. A boy who just wanted to play soccer in the dirt. A boy who hugged his sister and said, "I'll be back soon." And every day, you fight to keep that boy alive. Because that boy is your hope. That boy is your future. That boy is you.